Hey, what's up? It's Steven from Trip of a Lifestyle, and today I want to talk to you about how you can scale your income, make more money. Now, when you think about people who have really high incomes, who have a lot of wealth, you probably don't think 9 to 5 regular job, right? That's not how most people get rich. How most people get rich is by inheriting wealth. I'm just kidding, but seriously, most people don't make their fortunes by saving salaries. Most rich people got there by owning businesses. And I know what you're thinking. This video is supposed to be about getting rich with a regular job, so don't tell me to start a business. Besides, I'm sure you know plenty of people who have businesses. Your aunt's a hairdresser, your cousin's a social media influencer, your old college girlfriend has an OnlyFans, and sure, they make money, but none of those people are rich, right? Okay, I hear you. I promise we're gonna address all of that stuff. And I'm not gonna tell you have to start a business to get rich. But you do have to understand a little bit about businesses to get the big picture here. The main thing I want to talk about is something called scalability. Most jobs have a limited amount of scalability, like doing portrait photography or tutoring students one-on-one or just showing up to an office every day. Each hour you put in can make you more money, but fundamentally, you're selling your time. And there's a limit to how much time you can sell every day. Now, if you're a portrait photographer or a personal tutor or an employee at some faceless corporation, this might sound pretty grim. But hang on, I promise there's 3 ways that you can make this type of work scalable and grow your income boundlessly over time. This first one's the hardest, and it does require a little bit of business acumen, but just to give you a heads up, the next 2 are way easier, so stay with me if you don't like this one. The first way to increase your income is to turn your non-scalable job or side hustle into a more scalable one where you don't have to put in more time in order to make more money. Let's take the example of a tutor. Actually, I'll just come out and say it. I'm the example. I tutored college physics students one-on-one in my early to mid-20s. I got paid a flat hourly rate to do this. Back then I was making somewhere in the range of $35 an hour to $60 an hour. But the bottom line here is I got paid hourly. So if I wanted to make more money, I had to put in more hours. If I was going to turn that into a more scalable income, I would need to find a way to make more money without having to put in more hours. For example, I could host huge group tutoring sessions and charge tickets for entry. I could do the same number of lectures every week, but make more money in proportion to the number of students who signed up. My only limit would be the size of the room. Or better yet, I could record tutoring videos and sell online access to them. Then I'd only have to teach every topic one time, and I could resell that information again and again with no additional work. This is an example of a scalable business, and I really wish I was smart enough to figure that out back in my 20s. In reality, what happened was that I got hired by a tutoring company who did exactly that, and it was a really good full-time job, and it paid well, but hey, who knows, maybe I could have made more doing it myself. Now forget about tutoring. Think about your job or side hustle. Is there something you can do to take that and turn it into something more scalable? In fairness, what we're talking about here is basically starting your own business. And I promised at the beginning you'd be able to do this with a regular job. So let's talk about 2 more ways to scale your income that don't involve starting your own business. This second way of increasing income is the one I actually did while working as an employee for the aforementioned tutoring company. What you want to do is use the money you make at your regular job to buy other people's scalable businesses. I'm talking about investing in the stock market. You might think you have to be some kind of expert to do this, but honestly, it's way, way easier than it sounds. There are these super simple investments called index funds that let you buy a tiny slice of every publicly traded company all at once. As those companies scale, your money grows with them automatically. It's like turning your own dollars into tiny little employees. If you're interested in learning more about these index funds, we've got other videos explaining them in detail and way, way more information on investing on our blog, tripofalifestyle.com. It's all free. But here's the super short version. If you consistently invest half of your paychecks into these index funds, you will have enough investment income that you can quit your job forever in around 16 years. Your investments can literally replace your job altogether, and you can retire if you want to. If you're wondering how I know, it's because that's what I did. This is my absolute favorite method of scaling income because it's so simple and anybody can do it. You just spend less than you earn, and you consistently invest that difference. You become the owner of businesses, but you never actually have to run a business. Now, since quitting my job, I've discovered one more way to increase my rate of pay that I hadn't really considered back when I absolutely needed to work to earn a living. Once you no longer rely on paychecks to pay your bills, you can start to be choosier about which jobs you take. You can raise the price of your labor because you're willing to accept the risk of losing some of it. Back when I was tutoring students one-on-one, I had to keep my prices reasonable so I could fill my calendar with clients at all times. Nowadays, I don't really want to fill my calendar. So when customers come knocking occasionally, I quote them a premium price. And most of them say no, which is okay with me. But when I do work as a tutor, I make a killing. You can actually do the same thing with your job. If you're ready to stop working full-time, try negotiating a part-time freelance agreement. You might find that you can demand a higher rate of pay than you were making as an employee. That's exactly what I did. This third method usually results in lower overall income, but a higher rate of pay per hour. It's not for everybody, but it's perfect for people who are ready to retire, entering a phase of semi-retirement, or just taking a sabbatical. Basically, anybody who wants to work less hours. If you want to work less anyway, just raise the price of your labor, and some of your workload will probably just magically disappear as a result. That's a win-win for you. So that's it. Those are my 3 ways of scaling your income from your regular job or your side hustle. If you know of any other good ways to scale income, make sure to let us know in the comments, and same if you've tried out any of these. We want to hear about your experiences. If you just want to delve deeper, make sure you check out the blog. I'll drop some links in the video description. See you around. If you like this kind of stuff, don't forget to subscribe or follow along on your favorite social media platform.